Members, before we commence, I think we cannot get the quorum. I will just adjourn until tomorrow. No, I'm not going to wait for people to come. I have been here for over 5-6 minutes. We are only given 2 minutes. We agreed that we should be here at 45. 14:45 is now 14:49, almost 9 minutes, 10 minutes. I've been sitting. So in the next 1 minute, if they are not here, I will adjourn until tomorrow we continue. I will not give you 5 minutes, only 1 minute. Honestly, I'll give you only 1 minute. Yeah, we will take the list of members present. Honorable members, the House now resumes. May I now invite the Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Energy to take the podium. Honorable Motion number 2025 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Serekunda. Pardon? Honorable Member for Woolly East.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as our community is still battled with inadequate water supply, could the Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Energy give us an update on the short-term measures to address the situation? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the French Development Agency funded WASI project will pilot deep sand Akiva boreholes, and one of them will be in the Serekunda water treatment plant. This borehole will supplement the current production capacity. A new groundwater reservoir will also be constructed in Serekunda, and the existing oil elevated tank will be replaced to improve the storage capacity, which will help in maintaining continuous supply during maintenance or breakdowns. The network is being rehabilitated and upgraded to improve water service delivery. In addition, towards the end of 2024, we have laid mains from newly drilled boreholes in Nemasu to supply Bundung area and have received positive feedback from these customers. We are also currently erecting an elevated tank on the same site in Nemasu under the World Bank JAM project, which will help to provide storage, allowing continuous supply even in the event of pauses in production.
Honorable Member for Woolly, any supplementary? No supplementary? Pardon? You are fine. Question number 026 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Combo East.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Energy update?
So the microphone.
It's on. Hello?
Using the microphone.
It's now responding. Hello? Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable... I am fasting. Leave me alone. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Energy update this August Assembly on the status of the royalty fee due to beneficiary communities and how do they access those funds?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The Geological Department under the Ministry of Petroleum, Energy and Mines is responsible for collecting and managing records and data on the volume of materials extracted from quarrying operations. All royalties derived from these activities are paid to the central government based on the recorded extraction volumes. The distribution of these funds is administered through the Accountant General's Department, ensuring proper allocation. The portion designated for local communities is channeled through the Ministry of Lands and Regional Government to the respective councils to facilitate equitable benefit sharing at the local level.
Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister further state if this it's been made to the public to understand that royalty fees are meant for the beneficiaries of where these quarries are stationed in their various communities, and I think the money.
Honorable, you have to speak a little louder because I'm not hearing you much.
Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister, having said what he has said, could he further elaborate on how do these beneficiary communities access their monies from the Accountant General through the local authorities, through the local government ministry?
Thank you. Actually, the details, I wouldn't be able to give much details on that because I know the money is being channeled through the Ministry of Local Government to the councils, and because those communities are within the local government areas. So we channel it through the councils, and the expectation is that the councils will be able to handle that because they have representation from each of the communities in those councils. So I don't have much details other than that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, could you further, if we have made a request to know the statistics, the annual statistics of these remittances of payments due to communities, can you be able to make it available to the House?
Not very clear to me your question, but you asking for data for the distribution of these royalties to each of the councils. From which period?
From 2021 to date.
21 to date. We will make this request also through the Minister of Finance for the Accountant General to provide the data. Thank you.
Question number 027 of 2025. Yes? Honorable Member for Olyundu.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, could you possibly tell us who actually determines the allocation for royalties to beneficiary communities? For example, how much should be given to a particular community? Who determines that?
Actually, the allocations are to the councils. So the councils, depending on what modalities they have on the ground, they will determine that. Yeah.
Question number 027 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Combo East.
Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Energy update this August Assembly as to why the Geology Department has its station at by the Mandinaba police checkpoint at Mandinaba?
Honorable Speaker, the establishment of an office at the Mandinaba police checkpoint is part of the Geological Department's strategic efforts to enhance the monitoring of sand and gravel quarrying operations. The Mandinaba checkpoint has been chosen due to the advantageous position, allowing for the effective capture and verification of records related to quarrying activities from most of the quarries. Accordingly, the checkpoint serves as an additional layer of control to reinforce compliance measures. It acts as a secondary verification point to detect any unauthorized activities that may have been overlooked at the quarry site. The proximity of the office checkpoint to the Mandinaba police checkpoint also ensures swift police intervention when necessary, particularly in cases of illegal mining activities and where non-compliant truckers attempt to evade regulations. This strategic location enhances enforcement capabilities, allowing the immediate action against unauthorized or non-compliant truckers.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Minister, are you also noteful that it has some traffic hindrances at the checkpoint, where trucks queue without a parking point towards the paying center?
Sorry, I am not aware of that. And if that is the case, we will ask them to coordinate with the police to avoid that.
Honorable Member for Upper Nyomi.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Minister, when these people are making verification of the motors coming from the quarry, what are the parameters they look at to tell them that this particular gravel or sand come from a place where it's illegal, something like that? What are the parameters they look at? Honorable Minister is hearing me. I'm asking him, not you.
Okay, thank you. I think the primary parameter they check is the receipting, just to know from which quarry they are coming from, because all of the truckers make payments before they leave the quarries. And it is on the basis of that we also account as to how much royalties we also expect from each of the quarries. Thank you.
Honorable Member for Fonyi Kansala.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Honorable Minister, as of, I think, 3 weeks ago, a lot of trucks were arrested by the police, insinuating that the sand that they are collecting are from customers. And the truckers also said they got issues of receipts and GRA payment in the Gambia. Are you aware of that? If not, what role would your ministry?
Honorable, you are talking about a completely different thing.
No, it's the same geology department.
Pardon?
I am referencing to the work of those trucks linking to geology in issuance of papers for. What's the difference? No, it's geology and sand mining. Now, that's what I'm saying. The sand mining is from a source to the office in.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Minister, this checkpoint at Mandinaba before they identify a particular place as for a sand mining, did they, consider that place fit for construction?
I don't. What is your question? What is your question?
Thank you. I can repeat. My question is, the office at Mandinaba is mainly meant for them to look at particular areas, whether that sand is fit for construction or not.
When they say members clap or don't clap, they know the table. It's not this way, honorable. Honorable, this is not good. Behave a little bit better. No, please try to behave like your colleagues. You are no, it's a nuisance. It's not a thing. You are not, it's a nuisance. I am telling you that it's a nuisance problem here. You say only you alone. No, you see, there are times when every member will be happy or some members. Honorable, you see what I'm telling you, when I'm talking, you keep quiet. If you don't keep quiet, I will ask you out. You will go out by force. All right, keep quiet, please. Honorable, keep quiet.
Thank you very much, Speaker. My question is, there is a checkpoint at Mandinaba. I'm asking whether that checkpoint, did they look at whether that a particular place is fit for construction before identifying that site for drilling? Sand, yes. Sand mine.
No,
yes.
I was thinking. Are you saying that the checkpoint there is whether there is need to put that checkpoint there?
No, the geology office. There is a geology office there at Mandinaba. Yes, at Mandinaba. My question is, the sand mining areas, before people started taking sand, whether that office look at that sand, whether it is fit for construction or not.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. Point of order.
Whether the geology office at the site, whether they check whether the sand being mined is fit for construction
Point
or
of
not.
order, Speaker. Point of order.
Yes?
Point of order. It's out of order.
So, somebody was saying something like point of order.
Yes,
I don't know.
point of order 43.
By who?
National Assembly member for
Serekunda.
Yes.
Serekunda.
Serekunda proper.
Member for Serekunda. Okay, but I think somebody asked this question. You know, Christ, because I only know that Serekunda West is around. Serekunda proper itself was not around. Or his question was here, and then somebody had to read it for him. So I'm surprised when you say Serekunda.
I authorize him to.
All right, go ahead. Member for Serekunda.
43-4 A supplementary question shall not be in order if it introduces matters not included in the original question.
You are in order yourself. Yes, you are in order. Honorable, that one is a substantive question, honestly. Sam. Question number 028 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Woolly West.
Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister of Petroleum and Energy inform this August Assembly if there are any plans to electrify bridges like Kerwale Badala, Jagula, Saregoli, Saresile, Manian, Sinsusura, Sinchudemba, and Saredemba, villages in Woolly West?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. It happens that this is my own constituency. Honorable Speaker, these 9 communities are not covered under any ongoing project, but have been included in the African Development Bank, pipeline project under the M3 Compact Investment Package, which is set to enter the preparation phase soon. The African Development Bank conducted a scoping mission in the country in early February 2025.
No supplementary, thank you.
Question number 029 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Jara West.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Energy inform this August Assembly when the villages of Sarabiran, Kohel, Darussalam, Sara Seidi, Sara Fonkoy, Sinchue Fonkoy, and the people living between Soma and Kanikunda, all in Jara West constituency, get electricity? A survey was done in all these villages and we are promised to be electrified soon. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, these 7 communities listed are part of the ECORIP, ECORIP, that is the ECOWAS Regional Electricity Access Project, which is currently ongoing, along with an additional 103 communities. The evaluation process for awarding the contract is currently ongoing. So already the 7 communities have been identified, they are already under evaluation. So the tender has been launched and bids have been evaluated. The communities between Soma and Kanikunda are not covered under any ongoing project, but have been included also in the African Development Pipeline project under the Mission 300 Compact Investment Package, which is set to begin the preparation phase soon. The African Development Bank conducted a scoping mission in the country in early February 2025.
Okay, Honorable Minister, is your ministry aware the community between Soma and Kanikunda, they initiated by themselves to extend the poles for the electricity, but they were stopped by officials from NAWEC. Are you aware of that?
The answer is no.
And could you tell me also how soon these villages that I mentioned, how soon, when are they going to be electrified? When? Which month do you think it will start?
The 7 communities, I think you heard me say that the tender is the bids have been evaluated. So it depends on how soon we are able to sign the contract with the most responsible bidder. So I wouldn't be able to tell you timelines as we speak right now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. No other question. Thank you.
Full member for Fonyi Bintang.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, how long will the evaluation take? How long will the evaluation take? What is the duration of the evaluation?
Well, I'm not sure how long this will take, but it shouldn't take beyond a reasonable time, depending on what needs to be evaluated. You will do the right thing.
Honorable Member for Central Badibu.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, would you mind to find out whether what he said is really happening so that you can reach a compromise? The polls that are being elected.
What he said, what? The polls elected by the community.
I'm saying for the minister to find out, to see whether they can reach a compromise to see that there is, really harmony among the community and Namek.
I can just make a quick response, Honorable Speaker, if you don't mind. Okay, it depends if polls that have been extended are legally extended. If they are illegally extended, NAWEC has the right to make sure they stop the work. But NAWEC doesn't stop any extension of services for any community that is community driven and is legally done. So please find out whether those polls that were extended were legally extended or otherwise. If legally extended, now we will not have the recourse to stop. But I think it might be illegal. Thank you.
And I think, Honorable Minister, you are going to include from Fing also. From Koi is there, from Fing also will be included. Question number 030 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Lower Nyomi.
Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister.
Yes. Yes. All right. Honorable Minister, I didn't intend to ask a question, but what would be that illegal extension, which could be stopped by NAWEC if noticed? What would be that illegal, extension?
What will be that illegal
extension? He said,
if what?
If NAWEC could stop, he said, if there is an illegal extension of electricity poles, if NAWEC noticed, they could stop it. I'm asking, what would be that illegal expansion?
Answer that.
No.
Listen, Honorable. The Honorable Member for Central Badibu posed that question in a different way. And the Honorable Minister asked me whether he can answer it. I said, answer it. And what he said is, NAWEC would not interfere on any community-based projects if they are legally done.
Yes, I understand.
They only come in when it is illegal.
What would be that illegality?
Well, there's a process. Something that is not legal is illegal.
No, what I mean is, which means there are practices when it comes to erection of poles that are not legal. So those are the practices my question is about. According to their experience.
Sorry. Community projects. So, legal here, there's a process. That due process is what you go through, that it means they don't interfere. But if you do it in their absence, you don't do the due process, they interfere. This is what he said. Question number 030 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Lower Nyomi.
Honorable Minister, Ramadan Mubarak. And Ramadan Mubarak to every one of you. Honorable Speaker, the rural electrification project is going slowly in my constituency of Lower Nyomi. But there are 15 villages that are yet to be surveyed. Could the Honorable Minister of Petroleum and Energy inform this August Assembly when these remaining villages would be surveyed to enjoy the energy supply throughout the country?
Thank you very much, Honorable Member, and Ramadan Karim to you as well. These two projects, there are two projects in the North Bank region. The Gambia Electricity Access Project and the ECOWAS Regional Electricity Access Project, which are under the JIP. The communities that are under the JIP are scheduled to be completed by end of June, while those under ECORIP are officially set to finish by December. However, due to the limited remaining scope, both contractors have been given a deadline to complete all works by June 2025. Communities that have not been surveyed have been included in the African Development Bank pipeline project under the Mission 300 Compact Investment Package, which is set to enter the preparation phase soon. The African Development Bank conducted a scoping mission in the country in early February 2025.
Thank you very much. With that regard, how about Jinak Island? Jinak Island, are they going to be electrified too, as promised by you?
Jinak is a flagship project for the Ministry of Petroleum and Energy for 2025. And we are working with different partners to see to it that we electrify Jinak. We will apply all means to see that the island communities is also electrified, and it's a flagship project for us.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. No further question.
Honorable Member for Central Badibu.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We are very happy to hear that JINAC is a flagship project under the Ministry of Petroleum. But the partners that you're talking of, have you started scoping for any partner, or is in the pipeline?
I can specifically mention UNDP. We've done a study with them. They financed the study, and they have already allocated some funds for this to be implemented. So we are working with them, and we have also engaged the International Solar Alliance, and they have also tentatively in principle approved an amount that will require some gap financing, but definitely we are pushing hard to make sure this place is ratified. Thank you.
Honorable Member for Lower Salum.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. On the parent question, the tail end, when these remaining villages would be surveyed and to enjoy energy supply throughout the Gambia. Honorable Speaker, I will use this opportunity, even Lower Salum, when the people of Lower Salum will enjoy this electricity.
I'm not hearing you, Honorable Member.
Honorable Speaker, you see, the member for Nyomi is born enough to put us in his question. Yes, I will use this one. Guys, yes. No. Throughout, we are part of the, we are also part of the Gambia. Here, the context. No, Speaker, we allow us to come. You see? No, but we are part of the Gambia. And he said throughout the Gambia. You said?
But I think then your office should be. I'm not encouraging that one. No, but if I encourage that, we are going to have questions upon questions. Immediately somebody talks about the Gambia, everybody will come in. No! Honorable member for Latrikunda Sabiji.
My question is answered.
Thank you very much. It's on. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for ably responding to Honorable Members' questions. Clerk, may we proceed now?
Questions for oral answers. Honorable Minister for Defense.
Yes, they are begin. May I invite the Honorable Minister for Defense to take the podium? Honorable members, questions for which due notice were given to the Honorable Minister for Defense by honorable members for oral response. This is March 2025. December, this one. Honorable members, you will observe that the Honorable Minister for Defense questions are for there were questions for him, but he could not do it last December. They were brought forward, and those for March are put together. Question number 432 of 2024 by the Honorable Member for Latrikunda Sabiji.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister. Honorable Speaker, Sierra Leone and Gambia are old countries within West Africa and share so many things in common. And recently, the government of the Gambia proposed to deploy our army as peacekeeping force. Could the Honorable Minister for Defense inform this August Assembly how does this deployment fit into the broader regional security context and what specific threat it intended to address, as opposed to the idea that it is meant to entrench the sitting president in power?
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, allow me to join my National Assembly member for Lower Nyomi in extending Ramadan greetings and wishes to you and also to all members of this Honorable House. Honorable Speaker, the Gambia is part of ECOWAS, and the authority of heads of states and government decided to set up the ECOWAS standby force. The regional force is intended to fight against terrorism and unconstitutional change of government in the ECOWAS region, as well as to restore peace and stability in the region. ECOWAS pledged to commit a stabilization force in Sierra Leone after the attempted coup d'etat, and additionally, the Gambia also pledged a motorized company to support the ECOWAS mission in Sierra Leone, contributing to the regional peace and security. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Minister. This question is since last year. I don't know whether the troops are eventually deployed or we are still in the preparation.
Honorable Speaker, there is yet to do any deployment in Sierra Leone. The ECOWAS Commission and also the committees of Chief of Defense Staff currently are meeting in Abuja to work on the modalities for the preparations for the deployment of the ECOWAS Stabilization Force. Thank you.
Honorable Member for Fonyi Bintang.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, is it that the armed forces of that country is not enough to defend the president of Sierra Leone?
Thank you. What I know is that the Gambia is part of the ECOWAS program in the stabilization mission in Sierra Leone. Whether the country's own defense and security forces cannot provide the necessary security, that is up to Sierra Leone to decide. But according to the mandates of ECOWAS, we have pledged a company to contribute to the troops in the stabilization mission. Thank you.
Honorable Member for Fonyi Jarol. Fonyi Jarol.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, how do you explain this when we have peacekeepers in this country keeping peace, and now you're sending again our own men to go and keep peace somewhere else?
Thank you, Honorable Member. We have not seen anywhere that a country enjoying a peacekeeping mission cannot contribute also to another peacekeeping mission. So, of course, we can contribute to other missions under the auspices of the ECOWAS. Thank you.
Honorable Member for Busumbala.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, you did mention about ECOWAS standby force to be there, and also made mention of Gambians' readiness to pledge some forces to be there. My question is, because we are part of ECOWAS, is it that our pledge is to reinforce the ECOWAS standby force, or this one also is going to be the separate one?
Thank you, Honorable Member. The mission is under the authority of ECOWAS Commission and the ECOWAS standby force. So the Gambia's contribution will be part of the entire formation of forces that will participate in the stabilization mission.
Honorable Member for Lower Salum. Question number 433 of 2024 by the Honorable Member for Fonyi Kansala.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, Ramadan Mubarak. Honorable Speaker, promotion is very fundamental in a standard army. Could the Honorable Minister of Defense inform this August Assembly when was the last promotion exercise done, the number of promoted soldiers/officers in each of the categories of ranks from non-commissioned officers to commissioned officers, and what measures have been implemented to ensure that promotion process is fair, transparent, and based on merit? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Between 2017 and 2024, a significant number of GAF personnel were promoted across various ranks. For junior non-commissioned officers to senior non-commissioned officers, a total of 4,184 soldiers from the tri-services, Army, Navy, and Republican National Guard were promoted. For commissioned officers, 235 officers advanced from ranks of subalterns to lieutenant generals were promoted. The promotion procedure within GAF are governed by the TACOS, emphasizing merit, availability of vacancies, and required manpower. An independent promotion board is set up to oversee the process, administering examination that candidate must pass to qualify for promotion. This process ensures fairness and transparency in the career advancement. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. In the cadres that you have said, there are some officers, and when we went for tour, others are saying they had been in the ranks for 8 years, 7 years, others 10 years. As for the TACOS that you are saying, does it allow a rank holder to be more than 10 years, 8 years as per the status quo?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Usually, promotions in the armed forces is based on availability of vacancies. In the TACOS, every category of rank has a stipulated period that you are required to be promoted to the next rank when there is vacancies. In the absence of vacancies, that cannot hold. But what I want to express here is that that category of ranks is from the junior non-commissioned to senior non-commissioned. These are the other ranks in the establishment. And of course, some of them may stay in a particular rank longer than the usual period. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, there are soldiers who had completed the University of the Gambia. Looking at their services and their stayed in rank, some of them have got their bachelor's degree, yet still a lower rank. In the TACOS, is there any availability on such qualifications so as to reduce soldiers leaving the army because of not being promoted on time?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We also encourage our soldiers to do career development, and those who have taken the opportunity to graduate from university, these are steps in making sure that the armed forces get in the necessary career officers in the establishment. But of course, promotion also does not mean that once you attain university graduation or university degree, you are expected to be promoted. It is based on requirements and also the establishment need in the manpower on specific areas of need of training for the armed forces. Not that everybody who has acquired a university degree must be promoted in the armed forces. Thank you.
Honorable Member for Sami.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Minister, in your promotion, did you consider those soldiers that are ready to go to hard-to-reach areas?
Please come back again.
In your promotion, did you consider those soldiers that are ready to go to hard-to-reach areas? Yes, provinces.
Honorable, is it those soldiers who are at hard-to-reach areas, or who are ready to go there?
My question is, he mentioned the promotion. The question is, those soldiers that are ready to go to hard-to-reach areas, whether he considered those ones in promotion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. In the military, you do not have choice for promotion, for deployment. You are deployed as and when it is necessary, and wherever you are deployed, you are expected to go and serve. No complaint.
Honorable Member for Latrikunda Sabiji.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, the army size and its organization design, in my view, should dictate promotion. Now, all those generals promoted by the former president, are you guys still promoting soldiers to that rank by looking at our organizational design and the size of our army? Thank you very much.
Honorable, I think this question has been answered very, very eloquently and very fast. And you don't talk about opinion. Your opinion will not be considered here. Don't talk about opinion. Honorable Member for Busumbala.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, you did make mention of independent promotion board that has been established to look into the promotion of these soldiers. Can you tell us how it is composed?
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, promotions are based on the categories of ranks that are due for promotions. For non-commissioned officers, the promotion usually is led by a senior officer, and then the rest of the members are drawn from various ranks in that order. For officers, of course, there is also a board to be chaired by the most senior officer above the categories of officers that are supposed to be promoted. And of course, for officers, it has to be gazetted, and that means the commander-in-chief has to be given the approval based on completing all the procedural matters that are necessary in the promotional activities.
Question number 434 of 2024 by the Honorable Member for Fonyi Kansala.
Honorable Speaker, I humbly withdraw this question because last year, when this question was drafted, by then TACOS was not implemented. So it may be out of date for us to repeat it. So I think the general notion is, let me just withdraw this. Yes. And we move to another question.
Question number 435 of 2024 by the Honorable Member for Fonyi Jarol.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable Speaker, Corporal Umar Sajo could be denied justice, but not his right as the Ministry of Defense still fails to implement the High Court's ruling for years now. During the sitting of Wednesday, 18 September 2024, the Honorable Minister for Defense informed this August Assembly that they would engage Umar Sajo during the said week. Could the Honorable Minister for Defense update this August Assembly on the engagement made with Umar Sajo and what steps have been taken so far?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Following the sittings on September 18, 2024, the lawyer representing Lance Corporal Omar Sajo was asked to engage with the CDS. And I think the lawyer is currently probably doing that to initiate engagement process regarding Omar Sajo. However, regarding the assertion that the assertion by the Honorable Member that the Ministry failed to implement the High Court judgment, let me also clarify that the Ministry was never served with this said judgment. Furthermore, based on the legal advice from the Ministry of Justice, this judgment was a declaratory judgment and was not an executory judgment. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, I think the High Court is the final judgment where they have already judged that Umar should be compensated and reinstated back to the military. And then in your last questions and answers, you stated that you are seeking for a legal opinion. And then I started asking, is the legal opinion above the High Court judgment?
Thank you. Well, I have not read in the judgment where it is mentioned that he must be compensated. I have not read that. What we received was that the judgment from the High Court indicated that the dismissal of the applicant from the Gambia Armed Forces was null and void and no effect. This was submitted to Ministry of Justice for advice, and that was the outcome, that it was just a declaratory one and not an executory one. But however, like I said, we have asked the lawyer to engage with the CDS so that they can start the process of engagement. Thank you.
5 years now, since 2019 up to date, 5 good years. Till now, the army is holding to this decision. How is this with the new Gambia? With the new democracy, how is this because a judgment is already been made 5 good years. The poor soldier who voluntarily served this country for 12 good years is
not eulogy about it. What we are saying is, your question is 5 good years, and then what?
5 good years with the new Gambia. We are seeing that we are now justice is served. That's what I'm asking. How does he just judge this? I don't judge it that way.
Do you understand his question?
Certainly not.
No, I definitely don't understand him. Honorable Minister.
Certainly not, Honorable Speaker.
But we don't understand your question.
Let me make it short now.
Pardon?
5 years since judgment was passed, how does this connect to the new Gambia democracy?
17 April.
Honorable Member for Kiang West.
Honorable Minister, for 2 or 3 consecutive sessions, you've informed us that you are still waiting for a legal advice from the Minister of Justice. And now you said that judgment was not an executory judgment. What was it? And what does that mean?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Like I have indicated, this was the legal advice from the Ministry of Justice that the Ministry of Defense cannot act on declaratory judgment because it was not executory. Thank you.
Honorable Member for Foni Kansala.
Yes, thank you. Honorable Minister, the issue of Umar Sajo, I think it is the third of discussion in this parliament. As for the judgment that was done, it was said his issue is null and void, and he should be reinstated in the army and paid what he has served. Are you ready, your office and the member speaking, to provide you with the judgment to your office, your lawyers, and the principal person's lawyers to address this issue as soon as possible?
I tend to be lost myself. Because if I understand what the Honorable Minister said, is that no form of monetary aspect or compensation of an amount was stated on the judgment. All what was done was declare the dismissal null and void, and that he should be reinstated. If I understood the Honorable Minister well.
So, Speaker, if I may come in, the judgment from the High Court indicated that the dismissal of the applicant from the Gambia Armed Forces was null and void and has no effect. This was the judgment from the High Court. The interpretation to that from the legal opinion we received from Justice was that it was only a declaratory one and not an executory one.
I've got you clear, Honorable Minister. Yes, I've got him clear. Honorable Foni Chancellor, continue.
Yes.
If you aren't clear, you find out.
Okay. Sorry. What I said, and appealing to this August Assembly through your office, to the minister.
Honorable, you are asking a question.
Yes.
And the question is just 1 minute.
Okay.
If it passes 1 minute, I will not. I will see it as null and void.
It will not pass 1 minute. What I'm saying is, the judgment is in our hands. And in the judgment, it is clearly put null and void and be reinstated back to the army. Is his office ready to work with us, the soldier and the lawyer, for him to be previewed and advised accordingly to address this matter once and for all? This is what I'm putting to the Honorable Minister.
Honorable Speaker, we are ready to engage in this process. Thank you.
When questions are being answered, I will urge honorable members to listen very attentively before you come out with supplementary questions, to be able to do justice to what you want. The Honorable Minister, in his last response, said they have had an opinion from the Aegis chambers. And the Attorney General is the lead legal opinion advisor to government. So you should be able to know these things and know how to go about it. Honorable Member for Lower Salon.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, somebody's human right is abused in this process. And again, there is a legal judgment. And going forward, the minister said they are ready to make an engagement on this particular issue. What kind of engagement, Honorable Minister, you talking about in this issue? We need to address this issue.
No. The Honorable Member for Kansala asked the Minister whether they are prepared to engage and then to have this thing resolved. And the Minister said, yes, they are prepared.
No, what I'm saying is,
pardon? Initially, this was what was said by the minister in the last session. And today is coming and telling us the same thing.
No, I'm not, you are not the one who asked that. I think it was Kansala. No, it's Kansala. Where is for you, Kansala? I think you asked whether the minister is ready.
Yes, because the reason why I say so, there are... Yes, I say so to engage the minister to make sure this is resolved once and for all. For, as I'm speaking, this session, this is what I said, last session is also the same, but I'm now bringing it back, that we want to use the same thing again. For today, I said engagement. Yes. Yeah, he said yes. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, now what I'm asking from the minister is, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Minister, are you ready to give the judgment to the National Assembly to look at on the judgment?
Honorable Speaker, we are ready to submit it if requested by this Honorable House. Thank you.
Requested.
Honorable Member for Latikunda Sabi.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, this House is House of Record. Everything is recorded. Now, what I want us to understand, court judgments or court orders are not subject to legal review. You either execute it or you leave it. Now, when you send to Ministry of, how do I call it, Attorney General's Department for legal advice, you said they premise it on two things. It's either executory or declaratory judgment. What I'm putting to you, every declaratory judgment is declaring.
Honorable, I will stop you again. You are not here to lecture us. You are here to ask a question.
Now, in the declaratory judgment, Honorable Minister, the legal right of Mr. Sajo has been declared. What is that legal right that has been declared in that judgment?
Legal right that has been declared. That is not a correct statement, in fact.
Honorable Speaker, thank you.
You have heard him.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. If I understand the Honorable Member well, I will just link it to the judgment from the High Court that says the dismissal of the applicant was null and void. That is his right. But what I also said was that the judgment that we received, the legal opinion we received from justice, was on the basis of declaratory, and also it was not executory. That was why I said we have already engaged his lawyer after the sitting of September 18 to start the engagement process.
Honorable Speaker.
Question number. Honorable
Speaker.
Seni, you cannot come back. No, you cannot come back. No, please. Yes, somebody is talking there. What are you saying?
Speaker, what I want to bring across is...
No, you want to ask a supplementary question?
Yes, please.
But I told you people, you submit your name for supplementary.
Ask him, that was...
No. You don't wait until I am ended, I am going, you take me back. You put your these things out for them to record you. Simple. Pardon? What I did, we now have two people. You know, they used to be all here. Now we have them both sides, so they see clearly.
Speaker, in addition, we have cameras. Let's go back to records. You will realize my tag was up.
Fonyi Bintan, try to behave.
And I'm trying, Honorable Speaker.
Try to behave. Fonyi Bintan, what you are passing through, we all pass through it. Try to behave.
Behaving very well, Honorable
Speaker. Try by all means and do better.
And I'm doing all I do.
You have a lot of your colleagues here. You see how they comport themselves?
Also trying very hard.
You are not doing the same. Try to do that.
I am doing that.
Every day is your responsibility to improve yourself for the good. For
my responsibility to improve the country.
But disturbing and shouting to the gallery is not what we are here for. We will give everybody the right to exercise the reasons why you are sent here under our own rules and regulations. Please, I will never attempt to deny anybody to say what you want to say. But these laws here is not made by me or him, it's made by all of us and agreed to. We should all try to abide by it. It's not because you are a man, that's why you can shout and then disobey the laws and people see you as a champion. No! It's the gentleman or the MP who is silent obeying the laws, he is the champion.
And I have fully obeyed the laws, Honorable Speaker.
No, you see you are talking, I am talking. That's one thing itself. Just look at it. So you are not. Honorable Member for Janyambure.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Minister, it seems you are contradicting yourself for the fact that you said your ministry didn't receive or were not served the judgment. How do you manage to seek a legal opinion on this specific matter?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. What I meant by the ministry was not served, it was the Gambia Armed Forces that was served, and not the ministry. And then we requested the judgment from the Gambia Armed Forces and also from his lawyer. Thank you.
Question number 103 of 2025. by the Honorable Member for Brikama North.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as a follow-up question on the state of the demarcation of the area exclusively for the Lance Corporal Lamin Bojang firing range at Brikama Jamisa, I have observed with great concern the magnitude of construction works recently taking place around the area and fear encroachment into the range. Could the Honorable Minister for Defense tell this August Assembly whether the vacation has taken place or not, and if no, why and when shall it be done?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The Ministry of Defense shares same concern with the Honorable Member for Brikama North constituency regarding the encouragement around the Lance Corporal Bojang's range. Efforts are also ongoing in collaboration with the Ministry of Lands and Regional Administration, as well as the regional governors, to finalize the leasing and the demarcation process of all lands allocated to the Gambia Armed Forces, including the Lance Corporal Bojang's range. Once this process is completed, the necessary details will be communicated to all concerned parties. However, it is important also to note that due to this encouragement of the land, it is now being guarded by the Armed Forces 24 hours. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, I want to believe the last time when I posed this question, that was way back early 2024. And similar concern was put to the minister, and actually you put to the National Assembly that will be engaging physically to ensure urgent action is taken as far as this matter is concerned. What actually is causing the delay in urgent action in this matter?
Thank you, Honorable Member. This is a process that is going on between the Ministry of Defense and the Ministry of Lands and Regional Administration, including the governors also, with regards to lands that have been allocated in the region to the armed forces. It is a process and it is ongoing. Of course, we need to exhaust the process. However, I would like to appeal to you also to bank on your community, the constituency, not to go near the land that is belong to the armed forces. That we will appreciate as well. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, I think for the community not to go to the land that is regarding the firing, and I'm aware that has stopped. But for encroachment, it will be very difficult, even your men that is guarding the area, to control that if no immediate intervention is not done.
That was an answer. Yeah. Okay. Do you have supplementary? Honorable Fofonyi Councillor.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Your guards are in the area 24/7. I once visited there months ago. Even in rainy season, it's a trial for them to perform their guards. How strong are their guard rooms in terms of their performance of duty?
Yeah, which guard rooms are you talking about?
Yes.
Which place?
Brikama South.
Brikama?
The range.
Brikama range?
Yes, the range in question. He said his guards are there 24/7 to secure the area. When I last visited, it was terrible for them to stay. Most of the cases when rainy season occurs, how is their welfare in terms of those guard posts currently in that area?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. With regards to the guard post, we have provided, the soldiers with facilities and also other amenities for them to be able to discharge their functions.
Question number 104 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Talinding Kunja.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, following budget allocation for the implementation of TACOS, could the Honorable Minister for Defense update this August Assembly the level of its implementation, what category of soldiers have benefited so far, and how it has impacted their lives?
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, we want to extend our sincere gratitude to the government for the budget allocation towards the implementation of the TACOS, and also to the National Assembly members for their continued support. With this allocation to support a partial rollout of the TACOS, the technical working group that has been established to oversee the implementation process of the TACOS has already prioritized allowances directly linked to soldiers' salaries, including virtualling, house rent, travel, residential, provincial, utilities, and command and staff allowances, among others. These are currently being implemented. Other allowances, such as risk allowances, overseas, furniture fitting, clothing, professional qualification, and many others, will be paid once additional funds become available to support the full implementation. The revised TACOS has significantly improved the welfare of soldiers, and this increment is deeply appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Are you aware that during the nationwide tour of the Gambia Army Commander to various barracks, the men raised concerns with regards to some of the budget lines in the TACOS implementation has not been fully implemented with regards to transport allowance, 25% salary as risk, the deduction on house rents, etc. Are you aware of those concerns raised during those dobas?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think there is also another question that is linked to transport, travel, and buses and other allowances for the soldiers, house rent, etc. Of course, we are aware of the reports that are coming from our soldiers, but this is a reform that has just been implemented by government to at least increase salaries and allowances of soldiers. Along the line, there has been some gaps in regularizing these pays that belongs to the soldiers. And the Ministry of Finance, Accountant General, and the Gambia Armed Forces Department of Accounts, they are also trying to regularize those soldiers that their pay have been affected. And this is also ongoing. It's a process. Thank you.
Thank you very much. No further question.
Honorable Member for Latrikunda Sabiji.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, this is why we are always singing for the government to be very serious about the security sector reform. Now, this TACOS here, I'm sure means terms and conditions of services. Our army having existed for several years, there is no terms and conditions of their service. I will call it a professional army. Now, can you now link this TACOS to the security sector reform? Thank you.
I don't know. I don't.
Thank you. I mean, this is just the revised version of the 1993 Terms and Conditions of Service Officers and Soldiers. There was already an existing TACOS that was developed in 1993. The revised TACOS 2025 is to enhance the welfare and the well-being of members of the armed forces. Linking it to the security sector reform, it means that at least there has been a lot of improvement and development when it comes to soldiers' welfare and well-being. Thank you.
And I will encourage you to be asking your questions. Send questions for them to be answered. When you send questions, you will have no problems. As you send them, they will be answered directly. Question number 105 of, yes? Jumada was someone else, right?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, with the TACOS, how much would a private soldier expect for house rent and transport allowance?
Thank you very much. These allowances are uniformly paid to all officers and soldiers of the Gambia Armed Forces. And I think for house rent, it's ranged from 2,000 and then to 6,000 and above. Thank you.
Question number 105 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Fonyi Kansala.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister of Defense inform this August Assembly in details why the following military officers, Major Keba Jiba, Major Karamba Jamme, Captain Jibril Jamme, Major Lamin Mane, Major Aliou Sow, Captain Abdou Baji, Captain Suleiman Jamme, General Musa Savage, General Modou Sow, Aliou Sow, who were forcefully retired from the Gambia Armed Force while soldiers of coup d'etat were reinstated, alleged of coup d'etat were reinstated by the Gambia Armed Forces. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, the all officers and other ranks mentioned were discharged from the Gambia Armed Forces under the authority granted to the Commander-in-Chief, and their full benefits were paid.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, one of the officers even challenged and wrote to various ombudsman, office of the president, where an inquiry was done. So they were forcefully retired. Linking to somebody who was alleged of coup, jail for coup. He is reinstated in the army. What measures were they put in place in those two things? Clarify.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The powers or the authority granted in this provision for a member of the armed forces to be discharged from service is purely under the authority of the Commander-in-Chief. Similarly, myself, I was also discharged from the same provision under the same act. And many of my other colleagues were also discharged from service. Thank you.
Your dischargement from service, and today these people also been discharged from service. I am saying that coupists are reinstated, paid back, serving in the army, when some of these officers have never got even a single charge sheet, and in their letters nothing is mentioned into their forcefully retirement. And we have coupists who are in the army. How do we narrate these stories of willingly gone, and those people are serving in the army and still promoted to various ranks?
Honorable Speaker, I am not in a position to deliberate on why coupists, as mentioned by the honorable member, were enlisted or were reinstated back into service. What I do know is that according to the provisions that has been provided in the Gambia Armed Forces Act, powers of the Commander-in-Chief, the following officers and other ranks were discharged from service. Thank you.
Honorable Member for Latrikunda Sabiji.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, I don't know all these names mentioned there, but I know of General Musa Savage was a severe security threat to this country. Were these people discharged because they were equally security threat to the peace and harmony of this country?
Honorable Speaker,
yes, go ahead.
Honorable Speaker, like I have mentioned, this is a provision under the Act and powers given to the Commander-in-Chief to discharge members from the armed forces. Like that has been done in my case and many of my colleagues then in the armed forces. Thank you.
Honorable, I don't think you can be more clear than what you have said. It only means that it's not in his powers to answer those questions. He is Minister of Defense, answering questions. You ask your question. By their law, the power is vested in the Commander-in-Chief. He cannot answer those questions. If you ask, we are just wasting our time. You listen to questions. When you ask questions, listen to the answers. That will help you to move forward. Honorable Member. Withdrawn. Honorable Member for Woolly East. Honorable Member for Pony Jarol. Withdrawn. Pardon? It will help us. Question number 106 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Pony Councillor. Pardon?
No, they are making noise, especially all Indian constituency member. All right, thank you. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister of Defense inform this August Assembly why the deductions have been made from salaries of certain soldiers for house rent, transport allowance, and bus services?
Honorable Speaker, house rent deduction. Honorable Speaker, the revised TACOS clearly outlines the policy on soldiers' allowances. House rent or residential allowances are only granted to soldiers and officers who are not provided with accommodation. Those who are housed in military or public facilities are not eligible for these payments. The house rent allowance varies based on pay grade from 2,000 to 6,000 and above. For transport and travel allowance, a standardization transport and travel allowance of 2,500 is uniformly provided to all soldiers and officers of the armed forces. For the bus services, in 2010, buses were procured to improve transportation for the armed forces. However, these vehicles have now aged and now incur significant maintenance and fuel costs. The expenses for the upkeep and fueling are covered through contributions from the personnel, deducted on a pro rata basis, ranging from $100 to $250 per month, depending on the rank structure. But I am also happy to inform that His Excellency the President has donated 5 new buses to the armed forces to enhance the gap transportation needs. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, I can cite examples. Soldiers in Farafenye and the like of Basse. Most of them are not into rooms. They either join their colleague or a senior ranking or a higher rank personnel. But those who are joining equally, their rent allowance is also deducted. What measures would you put in place to make sure some of those issues are avoided? Basse and Farafenye for that particular.
Point of order.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, like I have already mentioned, these are reforms that are just coming in now.
Minister, point of order. admissibility of...
Honorable Member for Serekunda, you standing on a point of order.
Yes, 38.
38?
Yes, 38B. Yeah, admissibility of questions. A question shall not contain any statement which the member who asked the question is not prepared to substantiate. Substantiate, yes, thank you. He's talking about soldiers not having accommodation at the Farafanye barracks and Basse barracks, so which I doubt he can substantiate. Thank you. And how many are they?
I don't know. I think, Honorable, what I understood Honorable to be saying, if I heard you well, he's saying that some of those soldiers are sharing rooms with officers in the barracks. Am I right? And what the Honorable Minister said was, if you live in the barracks, you are not paid allowance. If you are renting outside, you are given. So if your soldier is living in the barracks, he's not paying rent. Naturally. Whether you are sharing 2 or 3 or 10 or 1, you are not paying rent in the barracks.
No, my question is not intended.
So what is your question then?
What I'm saying is, soldiers in Farafenye particularly and Basse, some of them, they live in the barracks, are paid allowances. Others live in the barracks, are not paid allowances. There
are some living in the barracks.
Yes.
And they are paid allowances.
Yes.
And there are some in the barracks who are not paid allowances.
Yes.
Now we understand.
In so doing,
let him complete so that we all understand what he's saying.
What I'm saying, so in those regard, a room or a house is given to a particular head, that you are the house owner, or you are giving this house to. Others who are just joining you are not part of the addressee of the house. So what is your minister's take in this issue where grievances of others having and others are not having, and how soon would that be addressed?
We want to know what your question is before I'm able to determine what he is saying. You said 2 things. One is, there are soldiers who live in the barracks and they are paid. There are soldiers who live in the barracks and are not paid. I think that's your concern. Huh? How should that be regularized? Whilst others, they are all living in the barracks, others are paid, others are not paid. That's what you are saying. And the honorable member, your point of order is?
How many of them is he talking about? 1 or 2 or 3 or thousands? How many of them?
Sorry, if you start from there, you'll solve the problem. And a lot of people here have answers to it, but they are keeping quiet. Yes, you said, go ahead, please. Honorable Member for Serekunda.
You know, 38J, a question shall not contain any statement which the member who asked the question is not prepared to substantiate. You understand? So this may be an information that he received from 1 or 2 soldiers. So we would want him to give us the facts. How many of them he's talking about? You know? So that's why I say he cannot substantiate that. Thank you.
Honorable members with the table office. Parliamentarians can get information and talk about it and ask to get clarity. But if you go by our own standing orders, we are not allowed to do that. Because the relevant section he is quoting, it means what you are saying, you must substantiate it. And I was telling him, don't you think we need to look at some of our own standing orders? Because what the member for Serekunda is saying is in the standing order. And I know the honorable member cannot substantiate it. Honorable member, is it for you, Jarol? Please raise your tag. Immediately we see your tag, we will give you the floor. While I appreciate that it's an important question, whether it's true or not, whether he can substantiate it or not, which I don't think he can, if in the light of that, it means the standing order would stand. I'm sorry, honorable member. That's it? Apparently. All right, you can go ahead.
Yeah, one more remaining.
All right.
Yes, thank you very much. Honorable Minister, in terms of this bus service, to what categories do deductions are done? Which level to which level? Or is it for all soldiers, irrespective of your rank?
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, we did mention that the deduction or the contribution is on a pro rata basis, based on rank structures. From Lance Corporal, they pay like $100, and then it goes up like that, all the way to the Chief of Defense Staff. Even myself, I've been asked to be deducted to contribute to the bus service. Thank you.
Honorable member for Janjambure.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Minister, in your response, you did mention that officers or security men are deducted for both services. My question is this applicable to those that are in the rural communities on postings?
Indeed, yes.
In fact, he just answered one question. He said everybody, including himself.
I want to be on record.
It's already on record. You are not allowed to repeat question answered to be asked again. It's on record. He was asked and he said everybody, from even the chief of staff, himself, everybody, from rata basis, from $100 to $250. What else do you want on record? Honorable member for Olindu.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Just for clarity, the minister's response, you talk about the bus services that has been deducted from the salaries of the army.
Not hearing.
It's because I am told. What I'm saying is, in the minister's response, I think the question mentioned about the deduction in the soldier's salary, for the salary of the soldiers for bus service. That's what I'm saying. I think the minister responded. I said, how do you determine who uses the bus to be deducted on a monthly basis? Or is it general across the board?
This is what the honorable minister said. He said the deduction is for everybody. It's not only you those using the bus. He said he himself is deducted. Huh? Fully East. Honorable Member for Sami.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, we have heard you, but is it possible for your ministry to look at those who are not using the bus services without deducting them?
Honorable, this is administrative, please. They are not telling, how can you go into those ones, what they should deduct and not deduct? Here. Honorable. Honorable Minister, thank you very much for ably responding to the questions posed by honorable members. Clerk, may we continue, please?
Questions for oral answers. Honorable Minister for Health.
Honorable members, before I call the honorable minister, it's almost 4:30, but I think this time around, we will continue to finish this one. Honorable members, please. Yes, but if we finish, pardon? You are saying something? Honorable, we will discuss this later. What was I doing? Yeah. So, honorable members, we have agreed that we will go through, anytime we finish, we close it. It's only one left now. It's the Honorable Minister for Health. All right? May I now invite the Honorable Minister for Health to take the podium. Questions, honorables, honorable. Questions for which due notices were given to the Honorable Minister for Health by honorable members for oral reply. Question number 10015 or 2025 by the honorable member for Sabak Sanjal, I am told he has withdrawn. Huh? Question number 016 of 2025 by the honorable member for Sabak Sanjal is withdrawn. Question number 017 of 2025 by honorable member for Woolly East.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the Bajakunda Health Center is categorized as a major health center, but lacks an operating theater for simple surgeries. Could the Honorable Minister for Health update this August Assembly on how far has the ministry gone in providing an operating theater for this health facility? Thank you.
Thank you very much, distinguished Honorable Speaker and Honorable National Assembly members. An assessment has been made to upgrade a number of health facilities to make them suitable for the provision of comprehensive emergency obstetric and neonatal care, called CMONC. Bajakunda Health Center is earmarked for such upgrading. Thank you.
Honorable Annie? Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, this initiative you are talking about, how urgent do you want to implement this, this initiative? How urgent do you want to implement the initiative? Yes, how soon?
Honorable Speaker, would like to do this within this year. Yes, inshallah.
Question number 018 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Woolly East.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, Bajakunda Health Center has some challenges, such as the lack of a fully functioning solar system and stable electricity, no staff quarters, lack of AC for the pharmacy and repair of AC for the laboratory. Could the Honorable Minister for Health make an undertaking to tackle these small but important items to ensure the proper running of the facility? Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, the electricity situation in Bajakunda Major Health Center has now stabilized. The facility is also supported with a standby generator. It is one of the facilities that will benefit from the EU solarization project, which will commence soon. Thank you.
No more questions. I know that. This one. Question number 019 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Janjambure.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the people of Janjambure deserve to access basic healthcare services. And since 2020, they have been deprived of an ambulance considering the large catchment areas that rely on the facility. Could the Honorable Minister for Health inform this August Assembly when the people of Janjambure and its surrounding are going to be supported with an ambulance?
Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, I wish to inform the Honorable Member for Janjambure constituency that the Riders for Health has procured new ambulances to replace the old one that was involved in a road traffic accident, and it has been handed over to the facility. It was sent yesterday. Thank you.
Honorable Member, you have no more supplement.
Honorable Speaker, it's a long story. It's a very long one. However, I wouldn't get there. But I want to put it to the Honorable Minister that until this morning, the ambulance was not in Janjambure. What is the take of your ministry?
But it's gratifying to note that even if it is here, you've now got it from the minister's own words.
Honorable Speaker, I donated an ambulance to that community 8 months ago with the promise by the Honorable Minister that he was going to foot the services. Ask him, here he is before me, whether he have acted on his promise or not.
It's different.
Thank you very much. Honorable
on question number 020 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Nyamina East. Jara West is to step in for the Honorable Member for Nyamina East. Jara West.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise and ask this question on behalf of the member for Nyamina East. Honorable Speaker, Kudang Health Center has been under renovation for over a year now, while services continue to be ineffective. Almost 3 to 4 nurses are also accommodated in the same room. Could the Honorable Minister for Health inform this August Assembly if there are plans to expedite the renovation process so that patients can have a healthier environment and nurses can also have a conducive environment to carry out their duties? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, the renovation of the asbestos-roofed facilities should have been completed by now, according to the signed contracts. The situation at Kudang Health Center is very disappointing. All these frustrations are caused by the contractors and the consultants as the supervisors for the project. It is a World Bank funded project and funds are available, but the contractors are not meeting their deliverables. Kiang Karantaba Health Center, Kaur Health Center, Bansang Hospital, the SEN School, and Regional Health Directorates in Bansang and LRR and the North Bank East are all facing the same problem. Having known this problem, I've given the directive to the Permanent Secretary to engage the Project Coordination Unit of the Ministry, to engage the Ministry of Justice for possible legal action against the contractors and the consultants. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Any supplementary?
No.
No. Question number 021 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Sani Mentoring.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Could the Honorable Minister for Health tell this August Assembly if the ministry has any plan to provide a good road connectivity from the Tanka junction through its main entrance, as there resides patients who are mentally disabled and have all right to access road to the facility? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, road construction is under the purview of the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure. Nonetheless, we thank you for bringing it to our attention, and we'll engage the ministry concerned for consideration in their next road development plan. Thank you.
Question number 022 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Joshua.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Minister for Health informs August Assembly why there is no full blood count machine at the polyclinic in Banjul.
Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, the parent health facility of the polyclinic is Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, EFSTH. The lab at EFSTH is fully equipped to run all tests, and all patients who required full blood count are normally referred to the EFSTH. In the meantime, I've asked the Director of the National Public Health Laboratories to do a needs assessment for precise decision. Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister, I think you have been very good or wise to act as quickly as possible, because if you look at the distance between the polyclinic and the main hospital, and on the right side there is one laboratory there. So it's like government is losing. What action do you think that you can take as quickly as possible to remedy the situation? Because patients are suffering.
Thank you very much. So they will do the assessment and then make those recommendations. But we're working very hard to ensure that all these labs function, because our labs have more equipment than the private labs. And I think some of the issues are human factor related, and we are working on them. Thank you.
Question number 023 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Joshua.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Health inform this August Assembly reason for the unavailability of diazepam for the seizure patient in the health center or hospitals?
Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, diazepam has been available. The challenge has been as a result of delay in requisition by some health facilities. However, the problem has been resolved now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister for Health, for ably responding to honorable members' oral questions. Questions orally. Honorable members, that brings us to the end of today's session. And let me thank all of you, honorable members, for your participation and effect in the process of questions and answers. I now put the question, honorable members, that this assembly do stand adjourned until Thursday, 13th March 2025. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. This assembly now stands adjourned until Thursday, 13th March 2025 at 10 a.m. prompt.